The Marvels is the latest film of the MCU, and I think we're in phase 5 now. I'm not quite sure, kind of lost track of where we are with all that stuff. But it is a follow-up to the $1 billion grossing Captain Marvel film from a few years back. This time around, Captain Marvel is joined by two other Marvels. One being Monica Rambeau, who was a little girl, the daughter of her best friend in the original Captain Marvel film. Now she's all grown up. And also by the young teenage girl Kamala Khan from the Disney Plus show Ms. Marvel. They join forces to battle a villain named Darvan, I think, whose world has been destroyed, and she blames Captain Marvel for it. So she's intent on stealing resources from other worlds to make her world habitable again. Now, I will say that the original Captain Marvel film didn't really do much for me as a one and done. Never went back to watch it again, never had the need or desire to. I just thought it was not that great of a film, to be honest. So it was really refreshing as I'm watching this film, The Marvels, to find out that, hey, I'm really having a lot of fun with this. And I'll go into the positives. It's not a perfect film by any means, but I will talk about the positives first before I go into the negatives. And what I really liked this time around was Brie Larson. In the original film, I just thought she was a bore. She was one note, very condescending type, and not very fun, not very charismatic, a boring hero. And I just didn't vibe with her the first time around. But this time, you can tell that she's having a lot more fun, and it comes through on screen, and her chemistry with the two other main characters really works well. And I thought that it was a 180-degree turn from a previous movie, and I loved it for it. She had a great time, and Brie Larson looking great and fine, by the way. And you can just tell it's a totally different character from her previous film. And lots of credit goes to director Nia DaCosta for taking the film in that direction and allowing her to really kind of open herself up and show her true personality of what Captain Marvel can really be. And now she's a really interesting character, and I like her. And that was a really big difference for me this time around. Also, like I mentioned, the chemistry between the three leads is very good. They have this thing where if they use their powers simultaneously, they switch places, which I thought was a really inventive concept, and I thought the film pulled it off really well. They have a whole training sequence about how they learn to adapt and cope with that ability, and it comes off really well in the fight scene, so that was great. The young actress who plays Kamala Khan, I actually did watch the Disney Plus show Ms. Marvel. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought she's very charismatic, lots of fun, and I love that her whole family was in the film as well, and they just brought a nice family aspect to it, and the heart, the emotion, and they were featured quite a bit in the film, and I thought that was a really great aspect to it as well. And that's the overall vibe I got from this movie. It was just lots of fun. There's some kind of off-the-wall kind of crazy things, but they worked for me. The Flurgans, as a cat owner myself, I just loved all the scenes with the Flurgan, plurals, Flurgans. There's a scene where they go to this planet where everyone sings in order to communicate. I thought that was kind of off the wall and goofy, but again, it worked for me. So I thought that was a good time as well. So this film just had a really positive vibe. What I didn't like so much about it, however, was first of all, the villain. Oh my gosh, she sucks. She's horrible. I don't know who that actress was that played her. I don't know who wrote that character. I never recognized her from the comic books, but she was bad. I mean, Marvel is not known for having great villains, first of all, but she is the worst of the worst. The actress that played her, oh my god, her expressions were just comical. Her acting, her line delivery, I was just cringing at every time she was on screen. She couldn't pull off the action scenes well, and she was very poorly written. I mean, I saw what they're kind of doing for her. They tried to make you sympathize with her a little bit and tried to have her have a really noble intention of why she was doing what she was doing, but it just came off really badly. It was executed very poorly, and again, Marvel's not known for the villains, but she was the worst of the worst. I couldn't stand seeing her on screen. I never want to see her again. I hope she never appears in another Marvel movie. The other thing that I didn't really care for was Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. I don't know when Marvel decided to make him a cartoony character. Now he's all jokes. He's not the badass SHIELD agent that he was throughout the original Avengers series of films. He's a guy. He's a respectable leader. He's the one that brought all this shit together. He's a #1 spy in the world and all of that. Now he's just comic relief, and I just kind of really was off-putting to me to see him portrayed that way. And it was like, what are they doing with this character? But other than that, this film, is pretty short for relative for a Marvel film. It's about an hour and 40 minutes or so. So it's a pretty, it's a light escapade, if you will, back into the Marvel universe. And I think it did wonders for the Captain Marvel character. Again, I really liked her chemistry with the two other leads introduced to this film. At first I thought, man, they really, delegating? I don't know. They're bringing her down, man. She used to have her own movie, her own franchise. Now they're diluting it with these other two people. And what are they doing? But I had my serious doubts going in, but hey, it worked for me. I thought it was lots of fun, positive vibe, great energy. Action scenes were decent, nothing groundbreaking, but they pay the bills. So they were good enough. And direction was fine. Brie Larson was, again, a ray of energetic light this time around. I really enjoyed the film. I enjoyed her performance. So for me, The Marvels gets an 8 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching my review. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel MC on Film for more reviews in the future.